What part of yourself do you hide from the world? Not because it's dangerous or wrong, but because you were taught it didn't belong. Maybe it's your anger, your ambition, or even your sensitivity. These hidden parts make up what psychologists call the shadow self. But ignoring them doesn't make them disappear. In fact, it often makes them louder. In this video, we're diving into why embracing your shadow isn't weakness. It's the key to becoming your whole self. What is the shadow self? The shadow self is the part of you that you don't usually show to others, or even to yourself. It includes the thoughts, emotions, and traits that you've learned to hide. These may be things like anger, jealousy, fear, or even confidence and creativity. Why do we hide these parts? Often, it's because we were told, directly or indirectly, that they're bad, shameful, or not acceptable. Over time, we push them away to fit in, to be liked, or to feel good enough. How the shadow is formed. When we're kids, we quickly learn what gets us praise and what gets us in trouble. If you were told not to cry, not to be loud, or not to speak your mind, you might have learned to shut down those parts of yourself. Let's say a child is naturally bold, but their boldness is seen as being rude. They may grow up quiet and overly careful, not because they want to, but because they feel like they have to. That natural boldness doesn't disappear. It just goes into hiding. Why the shadow can't stay hidden. Even when we try to bury certain traits or feelings, they don't vanish. Instead, they show up in other ways, through stress, overreactions, or unhealthy habits. Sometimes we get irritated by people who act in ways we secretly wish we could. This is called projection, blaming others for what we refuse to see in ourselves. For example, if you've been taught to hide your anger, it may sneak out in the form of sarcasm or silent treatment. Or if you avoid conflict, you may always say yes to others, but feel bitter later. These hidden parts affect how we think, feel, and connect with people. The cost of ignoring the shadow. When we ignore our shadow, we feel like we're living only half a life. You might feel anxious, confused, or disconnected from yourself. You may not understand why you overreact to small things, or feel stuck in the same emotional patterns. Ignoring the shadow can also cause problems in relationships, work, and mental health. It can lead to perfectionism, low self-worth, or even burnout. That's why doing shadow work, facing what we've hidden, is so important. What is shadow work, and how do we begin? Shadow work is the process of exploring and accepting the parts of yourself that have been pushed away. It's not about judging or fixing them, it's about understanding them. A simple way to begin is through non-judgmental self-reflection. This means noticing your feelings without calling them good or bad. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now, and why? Another step is naming your emotions clearly. Instead of just saying, I feel bad, try to be specific. Are you hurt, angry, embarrassed? Naming emotions helps us understand and manage them better. Journaling is also a helpful tool. Try prompts like, what do I dislike in others, and why? What am I afraid people might see in me? What parts of me do I try to hide? You might discover that what you've been hiding isn't bad at all. It might be your confidence, your voice, or your creativity. The gift of the shadow. The shadow is not something to fear. It's a part of you that wants to be seen and understood. When you face it, you become more real, more whole, and more powerful. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be honest with yourself. Embracing your shadow isn't about becoming someone else. It's about accepting who you truly are, both the light and the dark. Wholeness begins when we stop running from the parts we've buried and start listening to them with compassion. If this video helped you see yourself in a new light, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on self-discovery and inner growth. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep exploring the depths of who you are.